And what I've done that I've realized has stepped on way too many toes, including some guys uh, and gals who over the years have messaged me saying, will you come on our show? Can we meet in Oxnard? Which I always try to do. And so I've met a lot of these guys, at least very briefly. But I'm coming to realize that our CJ Stroud story isn't about really a lack of trust in our reporting. What it's done is cause people who feel like I've elbowed them in the face for the sake of humor or driven by arrogance or whatever. And now they're getting their chance to elbow me back.
What's up, CFO gang? It's your boy J Tuck. Real Cowboys fans, stand up. Yo, just a quick heads up. This is not going to be a football video, but stay tuned. We got some draft bangers coming. But I want to talk about a situation because a lot of you know I was actually out in Memphis for the past week. So there was a lot going on with the Dallas Cowboys that I didn't get a chance to chime in on, but I wanted to talk about now since I'm back home. And the very first one is the situation when it comes to Mike Fisher. Now, for a lot of people who follow me on Twitter, I was extremely vocal about Mike Fisher, and I'll tell you why. But kind of give you some back history, right? Before it was CFO Sports or any of this that you see today, right? Back when I had about 200, 400 followers on Twitter, right? Me and Mike Fisher had our back and forth in 2017 when it came to the Ezekiel Elliott trial, right? And, you know, it was about him not playing and different things like that. But I will say this, Mike Fisher in that interaction is the reason why I exist today, because I learned the power that the community has versus some people who put themselves on a higher standard, and things are starting to change. So everything's going to come back full circle. So we know that Mike Fisher this past week dropped the video about the Dallas Cowboys are intrigued in drafting CJ Stroud. Now, I'll say this, right? I've said this numerous times. It is the off season. It is clickbait season. Cowboys fans, protect yourselves at all costs, and we are just getting started. So I understand it. If you really can't dance in this arena how a lot of us dance, draft content, film breakdown, all sorts of things that we do to kind of stay afloat, it gets dry. It gets a little patchy until you can get post-draft when it comes to Cowboys content. So I understand it. If Mike Fisher isn't going to clickbait you, somebody else will. You know, so I think from a fan's perspective, it's a little frustrating knowing that it's coming from someone who's inside the Cowboys organization, who's kind of trusted, right? If it was Skip Bayless, it's just kind of is what it is. But I think that's the frustration when it comes to a lot of people, and Mike Fisher specifically, with these clickbait videos, right? So my guy, Space Cowboy, huge fan of Space. That's my brother. Salute to Space. We hung out a few times. He posted a video, right? And he kind of said some things about Mike Fisher and, the clickbait article or in clickbait, videos, right? And which I understand. Now, here is where Space and I separate, okay? Space's frustration with Mike was really about the article and the clickbait in the content. My frustration is completely in a different direction. I'll explain why, right? So Mike Fisher responded to Space and he kept saying YouTubers, right? Now, from this standpoint, right? Let's talk about it. You're on your YouTube talking down on YouTubers. It just didn't sit right with me. And from this perspective, and Mike Fisher even said it in his own apology, when he wanted to build his YouTube channel, he reached out to some of the hard hitters that we're all familiar with. My brother Law Nation, right? He reached out to Skywalker. He was, reaching out to Mark Holmes to really build up this YouTube thing, right? But then that's perfectly fine. But once he got to a certain level of comfort, now he wants to stand on the podium and kind of view down on us. So the same people that help build and grow your channel, now you want to stand on a platform and act like you're better than them, right? And so the term he kept using in his video was these guys in their mama's basements, right? And y'all can look behind. This ain't my mama's basement. Y'all see me do live shows from my mama's house, Mama Tuck's house out in Dallas. This ain't our base. This is J Tuck's property, right? But let me ask y'all, does this look like we are in our mama's basement? So for those of you who do not know, that's me, J Tuck. That is Boss Cowboy Sports at Dallas AT&T Stadium interviewing Jay Novacek, the legend, one of my favorite tight ends, and Isaiah Stanback, right? Now, for you guys who really don't understand, my guy, Boss Cowboy, had wireless mics, he had headsets, he had loudspeakers, he had his computer to do the live stream. We live streamed the show. He produced the show while we're doing the interviews. He did an amazing job getting all of this just in order for you guys, the viewers. And I wasn't even supposed to be there. I was just out, I was actually just walking by, having some drinks with my mom, and I'm like, oh, yo, what's up, boss? And he's like, yo, I need help, Tuck, jump in. And just like that, we were able to jump in and provide you guys, the YouTube community, an inside interview with the Dallas Cowboys legend and a guy who works for the Dallas Cowboys and also played for the Dallas Cowboys. Just like that. There was no notes needed, no nothing, right? Spontaneous, right? And we did such an incredible job. Jay Novacek was like, yo, you guys are awesome. This was a fun interview, right? I enjoyed this. I had a blast. Keep doing it. Keep doing what you guys are doing. I love the content. You guys definitely know your stuff. This is from Ring of Honor, Jay Novacek, talking to just some YouTubers, all right? So what people have to understand, the Mike Fishers of the world, because not just Mike Fisher, right? There are some other people, and I deal with it. The days of old media is no longer. It doesn't exist. This is no longer the 1980s, and you have the one guy who writes for the Dallas morning newspaper, and he's the end-all, be-all. Things have changed. It is 2023, and in 2023, us YouTubers, we got credentials now. We're at the Super Bowls. We're at AT&T Stadium. We're at the Pro Bowls. We're at the NFL drafts, right? Now, here is the difference. I could use this, right? J Tuck, NFL draft, right? In my community and do live shows with Boss Cowboy and Big Game James and Law Nation and Vosh Lombardi and say, hey, I'm the actual insider. I'm the guy you guys should come to for all draft content, and try to belittle them to lift myself up. That is not what we do in our community. Because when you have to sacrifice time away from your family, your kids, your wife, your husband, your job, and really build your channel from the ground up to have what we have today, you respect each and every individual in it, big or small. If you have 200 subscribers, I'm your biggest fan because I know that you had to develop the courage to come on, turn on your laptop, and start. If you have 1,000, whatever, Eagles content creators, Washington, I do not care. If you are a content creator, J Tuck understands your sacrifice. So what I'm not going to allow people to do is turn their nose up on our community like we don't do anything, like we're nobodies, guys in the basement, because we're not. We are the forefront. Media has changed. People go to Twitter. People don't read newspapers anymore. People damn near read website articles anymore. Kids are on TikTok. They want 2-minute content. They want reels on Instagram. They go to Twitter to get their articles. And if you come to Twitter, who are you going to see if you're a Dallas Cowboys fan? Right? So here is my ask from Mike Fisher. I heard the apology. Do I think it was genuine? Absolutely not. It was kind of like, oh, those are my friends, right? Those are my friends. Law Nation, he has the passwords to my channel. Well, I haven't seen Law Nation on your channel, Reese. Mark Holmes, those are my friends, so I apologize if I was playing a little too rough and I bumped them and elbowed them. And now that's not the case, right? What I'm trying to get to a lot of people is, one, our community deserves the respect, the proper respect, because of the work that we do. And there's so many people that are in the same position as Mike Fisher that gives us that respect. Michael Gelkin, Kyle Yeoman, the guys at 105 through the Fan always reach out to him like, yo, Tuck, keep things moving. Calvin Watkins, Clarence Hill, Jane Slater. Let's talk about Jane Slater for a second. Jane Slater, NFL Network, ESPN, Dallas Cowboys, credentialed up just like the best of them. What did Jane Slater do with her brand? She reached down to the community and brought in our girl Aisha Morrison, brought in my girl Jess, right? And they are now doing a phenomenal job on DallasCowboys.com. Each one, teach one. That is the message my guy, Darren Smith, who was an insider for the Kansas City Chiefs to the point he was in the Super Bowl confetti smoking cigars with those. He said, you know what? I'm a Chiefs insider. I have all the power, all this insight, right? But this guy, Jay Tuck, he is insane right now with the amount of work that he does. I'm going to help uplift. So that's what I'm about. If you are not here to uplift the community and use your leverage and build, then I apologize, but guess what? You're always going to see me in front, standing for my brothers and sisters in this community that does a phenomenal job. Because there's so many people that sacrifice a lot to do what we do. And we do incredible work. We do incredible work, and really, a lot of us don't get compensated how we should be properly compensated. So what I'm not going to allow people to do is come into our community, take from it, and then turn their nose up at us. It's just not going to happen. So for Mike Fisher, I'll say I accept your apology, but there's still work to be done. There's a lot of people reaching out to both of us. They want to do a live show together with me and him, and kind of, like I said, it's not a hate thing because I don't colonize on my channel. I never once say, you know what, watch J Tuck CFO Sports, never watch Mike Fisher, never watch Law. No, watch my channel, go watch their channels, form your own opinion. That's how I do. I don't need to keep you in-house. If I feel like I have to suppress others to build myself up, then be honest, I really ain't that damn good at my job, man. It's your boy J Tuck. Comment, like, subscribe, turn your notification bell. Follow me on all social media platforms at JTuck151. We got draft bangers coming soon, so definitely do not miss out. I want everyone to stay safe, stay blessed, stay encouraged, and we far from our mama's basement, bro. Peace.